Hey, it's Jess and welcome to Jeskid TV. Today's episode is about being the do-gooder in life. Doing good for others is like super important to me. Why? There's something in life that's quite amazing about giving to somebody else in some significant or insignificant way, which is usually what I give to people, insignificant nothing all the time. So today's story, as I finished chewing my banana, is I found a set of keys in a parking lot. It was nighttime, I'm in a mall, so my brain kicks into, oh my God, here's an opportunity for me to do something for somebody. And maybe somehow down the line there'll be this magic thing where they're like, oh my God, you help me, you're my hero. Maybe it's like a superhero complex that I think I'm gonna somehow achieve like the Spider-Man-like status just from fucking handing somebody something off the ground that they dropped. It's possible. So I'm at this mall and I find this set of keys attached to a college ID. I'm like, oh my God, somebody lost their keys. Dun, 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 whip out my, oh, Snoopy. So I look around, no one's to be found. It's got a college ID attached to it and keys. So my first thought is, let's go and break into this bitch's dorm and steal all her shit. All right, my second thought was, let's get her back her keys so that she doesn't have to have a miserable night, and then maybe we'll make somebody happy, which would be awesome. I look around, no one's to be found, and I'm with my female companion, who some might call my girlfriend, which really kind of she is, but I keep my private shit off social media, so you don't need to know all about that. So we look at the picture, and it's got a name on it, and her name, for the sake of this, is like Nigenia. Now, Nigenia is African-American. I'm not saying that all women name that are African-American, but that was the case in this thing. So I look up her rather unusual name on Facebook. So what I get a bunch of profiles, but the first one is the only one that matches her name. So I'm like, wow, I can just Facebook message and be like, I got your keys, don't you think I'm awesome? So I Facebook message her, no response. And then my girlfriend, and not just saying that in quotes, she's really my girlfriend, says, why don't you take a picture of it so that she knows that you have it, so you're not just luring her to her death? You know, because I've done that a few times, it never works. They never show up. So I Facebook message her, I was like, listen, I got your keys, they're in the parking lot, I don't want them to get run over. I don't know what I said, but I made up some story with the picture with my hand. Nothing. I'm like, shit. She doesn't have her keys. What is she gonna do when she gets back to her car? Maybe she works in the mall and that's why she's not answering Facebook. This is like, Sherlock Holmes level shit. So I'm like, well, what do we do? So we walk around the mall a little bit and I go into the bathroom because I gotta take a leak. So I go to wash my hands and there's a security guard. So I say to myself, do I bother this security guard post leakage and he's washing his hands? Is that a weird moment to be like, hey dude, what do I do about these keys that I just found in your parking lot? Why not? So I say, hey mister, is it possible to tell me what I could do with these keys? And he was super friendly. He wasn't like, stop staring at my junk. He was like, no, you can just give it to us, we'll give it back to her. But that's not good enough for me because I want to get to this person so they can go, you did good. So I go outside to my girlfriend and we say, well, what do we do now? I said, well, she must work in the mall. But before we do that, let's call the number on the back of the card. So I call her university and I get like a police officer over there. And now they've got me on record, which is not good. But I say, oh, I've got this person's keys. I found them. What do I do? She says, we'll give her a call, right? And see if she answers. So they call her and they call me back, nothing. So we're stumped. What do we do? Well, I've got her picture on it and I've got her Facebook photo, which I then start scrolling through, not oogling, because I don't do that. She's an African-American woman. I'd say she's, curvy, I'm with my girlfriend, so no one's attractive but her. And I say, I know. She's gotta work in this tiny little mall. Let's go see if we can find her in this mall. So I start looking around the mall and I see women that sort of fit the description. That sounds incredibly racist. Don't mean it that way. In fact, part of the story is me not trying to be perceived as anything because I hate coming across as that guy who does those things. I'm heart of gold. I look around and I go into I see Banana Republic. I go inside and there's a woman who looks like it could be her. It's like, do I call her by name? So then I look at the name on the thing. And the first three letters on the name are synonymous with a racist word. So I'm like, oh my God, if I pronounce this wrong, I can't approach an African-American woman with that word. That's gonna get me kicked in the balls and sent to prison. I'm not doing that. So I walk up and I say, excuse me, is this you? The great news is the woman smiled and laughed. So this wound up happening like 3 or 4 times, as I stalked through the mall for this poor girl who by the time I found her would be like, get away from me, you freak. We're about to leave. We're like, we don't know what to do. We're gonna leave with security. I said, let's try one more thing. So I go to this one store and I see, wow, that kind of looks like her. And I'm like, honey, does this look like her, honey? And I'm really just talking to myself because I call myself honey a lot. And I go inside and I'm like, I'm trying to approach her, but I don't want to. So I see she's wearing a name tag, right? So I start trying to check out her name tag, which is conveniently right on her boobs. So I'm staring down, she looks up at me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a total pervert, but her name is Diana, so it's not our girl. So eventually, we can't solve this mystery. I'm gonna go to the cops inside the mall and tell them this is the card. And I find a guy and he looks at me like I'm the craziest freak ever for trying to help people. He's like, yeah, okay, we'll put it in security. And then I leave and I send her one more message, I'm the guy that has your keys.
I left him with mall security.
And I'm done with it. Now, here's where the problem is, right? I'm such a do-gooder or a do-badder in high school that I obsess about this for days because I want to hear from her. I'm like, why won't she contact me? Because I know I'm in that other Facebook inbox thing where she may not get the message.
Maybe she didn't get her keys. Maybe she's trapped in the wilderness calling for help. I don't know.
And I can't help her, and I feel obligated because I was bonded to this woman's keys and her pictures and her name and all these other things. About a week goes by, I'm like,
You know, life sucks because I can't reach this woman.
every day obsessively thinking about some other woman while I'm with my girlfriend. Never. No, please. She's the best thing ever. You don't even know. She's really the best. Finally, yesterday, I'm at Trader Joe's, which sounds like a revolutionary, like Trader Joe. And she messages me. She's like,
Oh my God, thank you so much.
my heart explodes from like total happy. I have done a good deed. I completed the circle of life. And I go back and forth with her, and she says,
I was trying to retrace my steps. I was gonna get new keys, but, you know, thank you, this closes the loop basically, and now I can get a new set.
and to myself, I'm saying,
Yeah, but why didn't the school call you? And where was the security guard to give you back your stuff? You know, and how come you don't tell me I'm the greatest thing ever? Because I am.
so I'm not saying I'm disappointed. In fact, I'm quite happy because I think maybe I made a new friend. She wants to see this YouTube video, and one day I'll pronounce her name correctly without being yelled at. And I hope that none of the women in the mall were insulted, aggravated, took out restraining orders against me, but
They should know that when they see Jess coming, he's the guy that's gonna do right by them, or create a fucking living nightmare.
anyway, that was my story for the week. So when you have a chance to,
Do something obnoxiously good for somebody, and then rub it in their face incessantly until they light up and make you feel like you've done something with your life.